Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the first fight in the Wheel of Fate. This is quest number 3 and I'm just practicing a little bit. I still have a couple of rank ups left in order to get this content complete, but I am on the 3rd quest and my plan for this Gorr is going to actually be Spider-Man OG. And I ended up getting a solo without taking any damage, and I just wanted to kind of show the strategy with this. Because most people are using Juggernaut, because this is 2014 champions, so only champions released when the game came out in December of 2014. But OG Spider-Man is actually a really good option for the fight for a few reasons. You can pretty easily keep 6 or 7 debuffs on the entire time, which means that the Despair Mastery, when it's maxed out at 3 out of 3, is going to basically block all the healing. And then additionally, you have just this really fun loop that I've always enjoyed about the revamped OG Spider-Man, where essentially you get this massive stun off of the special 2, and then while you're hitting into the opponent during that stun, you're just putting more taunt debuffs on them. The taunt is going to make him very likely to throw his special attacks, especially the special 2. And basically, if you have the special 2 baits together, then this fight becomes just like one of those classic MCOC rhythm fights where you're just smacking into the opponent, putting on the stun debuff, baiting specials, doing backdraft intercepts, and it just becomes an absolute joy of a fight. So we already threw a special 3, which puts on 5 stacks of webbing. Once you get over 4 stacks of webbing, you basically get 2 versions of all the debuffs. The debilitates, which is important for taunt duration, and then the one that stops unstoppable, and the suppression. I mean, those are fine. They don't really do much. It's more just the fact that you have debuffs. But you essentially get, with the relic and with the special 2, you get into this state of just spamming your special 2s, hitting during the stun. And then the only thing that you really need to keep track of is to make sure that you keep over 4 webbing, which means occasionally you might need to throw a special 1. You may need to throw multiple special ones if it just calls for it in the scenario, like the rhythm of the fight is asking you to do that. It's tough to tell exactly when to do it, but you'll just see that I do use it occasionally. Now the other thing is, because he is duped, we get a longer duration on our taunts, a higher potency on the taunts. And additionally, it means we do have a slightly higher chance to evade. Like, let's say we kind of mess up one of the dexes of the special 2, we could get a little assist. But if you do have the dex down, I just highly recommend going for it every time and not worrying about special ones too much, unless if he just throws it like he did there. Now you can see we're down to 3 webbing, so we do need to throw another special 1, and then now we got all our debuffs back. So even though we had a slight delay, we are going to kind of get back into the rhythm of things. And I threw 1 more just for good measure, just to kind of web him up to 6. The webbing falls off as he's attacking and moving around. It's not really codified in the description how fast it falls off, but you just kind of have to keep your eye on it. So anyway, now you can see that we are going to start going back to our special 2s. Because he's special locked, we're able to backdraft there. We're going to bait this special 2 again. And yeah, it's just all about the timing. I've already fought this guy twice, so I feel like I have the timing pretty good. But let's talk about the special 2. You throw it, it puts on the stun. You're going to do a 5-hit combo, and then just medium, and then a 4-hit combo, and then you back off. You bait the special. At that point, you have your relic ready. We're going to use the relic, get back up to a special 2, and you'll just notice the taunts are staying. The more taunts you have, the bigger that special 2 is going to hit, the more likely he's going to throw his special, and just the more damage you're doing overall. We're keeping over 10 taunts pretty much for the entire fight. You'll see that the relic is already ready, so we can go right into it. And going for another special 2 here, boom, that one hit for over 100k. And this is, by the way, only a rank 2 OG Spider-Man. So I know that this guy didn't have the best reception when he first came out, but this is over 2 million health, and we're doing it in such a safe way that we're not even taking any damage. Now there I threw a special 1, I'm not quite sure why. It probably would have made more sense to just throw the special 2. But again, fight going so well. We haven't even taken a single blocked hit yet. And we're still at a full yellow bar, and he's just, whittling away here. And also, we're at the point where the healing is completely blocked. As you know, this healing is really rough. If you went with any of those Mystic characters who were trying to nullify the buff in the previous iterations of this fight, you know that if you keep the regen buff off, you're fine. But as soon as that thing gets going, especially at low health, he's just going to be like, you cannot outpace the regen with damage. So having Despair is really important for this fight. Now it is of course over 300 hits, right? But just remember, this is a rank 2. We don't have class advantage. And, you know, Spidey is definitely a control champ. He's definitely not like a massively damage-centered champ. But, you know, if he was rank 3 and if I played the flow a little bit better, let's say, like, obviously I've been throwing some special ones at times when perhaps I shouldn't have been. When you bait his special one, you do kind of lose your rhythm a little bit as well. I think it could have gone even faster. But it's just so nice to see. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So enjoy the rest of this fight, and this is just kind of a practice run for me because I still need to rank gentle, I think, for the bullseye later on. So I'm probably not going to finish the Wheel of Fate for another week or so. But when I do, I'm going to actually have enough materials to take someone to rank 4 and potentially 2 champions to rank 4, which is pretty exciting. So anyway, thanks for checking it out. Hope you enjoyed this OG Spider-Man gameplay, and I'll catch you in the next one.